Hey everyone, and welcome to my first gameplay commentary ever. Be gentle, please. I'm playing Path of Exile. It's beta. It's in the beta phase at the moment, closed. It's by Grinding Gear Games, and as far as I'm aware, they haven't made any games prior to this. It's ARPG, action RPG along the lines of Diablo and Diablo 2 and soon to be Diablo 3. Just waiting for this to load. It looks fairly nice. I have the settings turned down at the moment. They aren't all too many to speak of though. And that's about all you can see here. You cannot remap certain keys to, for example, I can't map my mouse buttons 4 to 7 on my Razer Roshi. And another problem I found is the global chat is always on, and you have to turn it off every time. It doesn't save your setting. It's fairly annoying. Then again, this is a beta, so for those of you who have played Diablo 2, you'll recognize this instantly. Using Scrolls of Wisdom here to identify items. No Descartes cane here. You have a stash. And another thing about this game is it's going to be completely free to play. It does have micropayments, and you can buy things like separate stash slots, which is quite nice. You can also buy skins and spell skins and certain pets. They've made it a point to only sell items that will have no effect on the gameplay whatsoever, which is a very nice gesture. Just heading off to one of the main areas. In this game there are 6 classes. Each of the classes are based around 3 main stats: strength, dexterity and intelligence. The Marauder is a pure strength class, the Witch is a pure intelligence class, and the Ranger is a pure agility class. Dexterity even, sorry. There are 3 more which are hybrids. There's the Duelist that I'm playing, which is a mix of strength and dexterity. There's the Shadow, which is a mix of intelligence and dexterity, I believe. And there's also the last one, which is Templar. That's right. It's a mix of intelligence and strength. The only difference between classes is the starting base stats, which revolve around, well, their main attributes. They do not have skill sets or skill trees like in Diablo 2, if you guys remember that. How the spell system does work in this is it's based around gems. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, it says I've leveled up my Phaseron gem. These gems socked into my gear are all abilities. If I take out this Dual Strike gem, I won't be able to use my Dual Strike. Let's see. You can see it's disappeared from the bottom right. So all you need to use an ability is the gem, so it doesn't matter what class you are or what attributes your character is based around. And these guys are pain. Where was I? The skill gems. As you can see, there are 3 different colors. There's red, green and blue intelligence, dexterity and strength obviously. You need certain requirements to level up the gems. See, I have this freeze ray ability, freeze pulse even, but I can't level up the gem because I'm missing the intelligence required. So if you're a strength based character, you won't be able to level up the intelligence heavy casting spells, but I can safely level up most of my strength and dexterity based things. The skill gems level up with you as you kill things, so you can pop them out and sell higher level ones, which means it's going to be a very interesting trading system. So instead of leveling up a gem, you could just go out, provided you have the cash, and just buy one from another player. This is completely online, which means that you'll have to go online and play, which also means you can play with loads of other people. The entire game except towns is instanced, and you can form parties. So if you meet up with your friends in town, you can join a party, and your party always joins the same instance that you are in. Being in a party means that the difficulty does go up, but then again, so the rewards also get better. As you can see, the mini-map is the same as Diablo. Let's find out where I have to go, shall we? Whoops. Just completely froze me there. Hovering over a creature gives you its attributes. This one charges enemies. I can't really see what the other one did at the moment. Now the skills tree in this game is huge. You start out in the middle here, and it shows you your base attributes, and you can level up anything. So if I wanted 10 dexterity, I could go this tree and follow along this path, which gives me additional dual wield block, and then speed, and eventually damage. Now just look how big this skills tree is. It goes on for pages and pages, and these are all passives. There are no weapons restrictions to any of the classes, so you could go witch and pick up a bow and arrow or heavy two-hand sword and still use your casting abilities. And the skills tree is what builds your character essentially. So you could go witch and improve your strength and your two-hand damage. Down here is the two-hand tree, so you can customize your character quite nicely using all of these. Let's find out what we have to do. Find the Emperor's Road. No idea where that may be. You have waypoints just like in Diablo. Now there are legacy modes and hardcore modes as well. To enter a harder difficulty, you have to finish the first 2 acts, which are all that's available at the moment, and you proceed through a door apparently, which brings you back to the start, except the difficulty has become much harder. I'm not too sure on that. I haven't gotten to that stage at the moment. On the harder, at the moment, dying has no penalty whatsoever. And one issue I can think of that would be you can, instead of creating town portal or walking all the way back, you could just easily die and be ported back. Well, that was close. so you could just be ported back instead of using up a town scroll. There isn't a gold system in this. There's no gold whatever to speak of, and the entire thing revolves around these gems and scrolls. The scroll of wisdoms and loads of these tiny things which do have many different effects. The whetstone improves the quality of an armor. Some reforge it to give you completely random stats. Some can change the slots on it, so you can slot in a green gem where it used to be a red. So they're really useful, but you use them to buy things as well, so you have to be a bit smart about how you use them. I'm not very good at this, it would seem. Right, let's sprint back then. The environments look very nice. You can see here, this is sort of a ship graveyard. I've been through beaches and underground caves and such, and I suppose it'll vary even more, even highlands at one point, and I'm not that far into the game at the moment. Nothing in that chest. I don't think the levels are randomized like Diablo 2, where every time you started a new game or logged in, the entire level would have changed, so you'd have to find your way again, and it's a different experience every time. The levels in this seem fairly linear. 2 bosses last time, that's why. That's pretty poor drops. I will be giving out a beta key to this game, and all you have to do is be a subscriber, and drop a comment below, and I'll pick one using random.org, as I always do, and someone can join me in playing this game. If you don't feel like spending $60 on Diablo 3, that is. I'm really enjoying this game at the moment, and it seems like quite a bit of fun. Talking and playing at the same time, it's a bit distracting. But there you go. Well, let's sell these. I'm not going to waste a scroll of wisdom just to find out it has rubbish stats. As you can see, you get loads of these small little gem things. Instead of actual money, there's no money whatsoever. That might be quite good. Let's keep that. There's no voice acting for the quests, for the quest givers and NPCs, as far as I've seen. You can see to the right that my skill gems are almost about to level up. Oh dear. It's a bit laggy at the moment, sorry about that. I don't think I talked about the potions. The potion system is you get he's strong. Oh, he killed me again. Same guy. Anyway, the potions, you can pick up loads of different potions and slot them in those 4 or 5 slots down there, and they regenerate. Some of them regenerate over time even, and the way you refill them is by killing mobs. So if you're fighting a pack of normal guys, you can use a potion, kill them off, and it'll be full. But you're fighting a really hard boss you have no chance of taking down, you could use up all your potions in a matter of seconds and you wouldn't get anywhere. I remember playing Diablo 2 and I got all the way to the last boss, Baal, that's it, and I couldn't beat him just because I spent all my money on potions and repairs. Every time I went to let's back up. Every time I went back up to fight him in his keep, he would rip me a new one. Ooh, finally. And I had to go back and get repairs and buy potions. So I never stood a chance because I ran out of money and I couldn't be asked to go and farm the lower levels. Alright, let's sprint through here. Ooh. See, I'm a dexterity and strength character, and my actual magic spells aren't that great. I probably should have gone shadow. I might do a gameplay of that later. I wasn't aware of the class system at the time, so I wasn't sure what to expect, and duelist seemed like the best bet at the moment. It's still quite a good class, it's more of a magic person. That's fun as well. The only problem is it takes a bit long to actually initiate the jump. Not sure, I'm just sort of roaming at the moment. These big crabs here, once you cut them open, a little one comes out and starts spitting at you. Quite annoying. I keep running out of mana. I don't think I've placed any points into it. Right, now I've leveled up. Let's get rid of this guy. I've got another point to spend. I've gone down the strength. I went up the dexterity tree to start with to fill out that. Got a bit of two-hand damage over there. And then I went down the melee tree to get the one-hand damage, since I prefer one-handed swords. I could build him two-handed, I could build him bow as well, but I thought he's a duelist, so why not? At the moment I'm going down this tree. Ooh. So let's fill that out, and I've got 2 respec points, and I'm assuming that I could take off 2 two of the skills from down there and reset them. So I suppose you have to be a bit careful where you're placing them. I suppose with Diablo 3 coming out, this would be a bit of an odd game to release at the time. It is only in closed beta and is about to go in open beta in sometime around June, I believe. Or sometime around June, unless they're delayed. So it may be a while since full release, a couple months at least. In any case, with Diablo 3 around the corner and even Torchlight 2, this seems like an odd game to release, but it comes at the amazing price of free, so can't argue with that. It's not lacking for quality, I'll give you that, and it's most certainly not pay to win, not at this stage anyway. Now this is my first commentary, and I apologise if the sound quality is a bit off or it's too loud, or I think you guys might be able to hear me clicking a lot. Bit of a spammy clicker. I don't think I found any great loot at this point. Latency's a bit high, that's why it's a bit laggy. Like I was saying, it's my first time doing commentary, and I would appreciate any feedback you guys have, or tips for that matter as well. I was a bit unsure if I should do this, but a couple people insisted, so here we are. Like I was saying, if you are a fan of Diablo 2 and you miss the good old days, then I heed you to try this game out. It's sticking to old traditions and does not have a real live money auction house from like a certain other game does, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's quite a fun little game to play. There was a free weekend where they opened up the floodgates and you could play the game even if you weren't, if you didn't have a beta key. And that was to stress test the servers to make sure they could handle it. I did have a couple problems during that time, but I suppose that's what the stress test was for, and hopefully those issues will be fixed. There was one issue where it would keep kicking you out from the main town. It would just log you out and say there was a disconnection error. But oh well. It's not open beta yet, so don't expect too much. No hidden caves around here. Anyway guys, I suppose this is where I'll cut the video off. Haven't found any main bosses for you guys to watch me fight. I suppose that's what this quest is for. Supposedly the end of Act 1. I'll put that up if you guys would like to see me beat that boss. If I can. Doesn't look like at the current rate I'm going. We'll find out. Again, if you'd like to win a beta key, all you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment below. See you guys later.